Black Community Healing Squad 2024. The Brother's Perspective, still here. Today we're going to tackle a very sensitive subject for toxic black women, in particular, interracial and intercultural dating with black men. This is a sore spot for toxic black women, but as you're going to see in a minute, toxic black women put themselves in that state where they're facing that as a reality, even though the numbers are not large yet. I want you to pay good attention to the picture on the left. That is toxic black women and misandry noir. Something that good black men have had to deal with for 7+ decades. It's a clear message, one inspired by Gloria Steinem and Michelle Wallace. As soon as they bought into the message of anti-black male womanism or feminism, the black man and the black woman have been divided since. And even today in 2024, there are tons of unhealed, misandrous, and toxic black women still giving that message. Now I want you to take a look at the right side of the picture. And yes, that's an Asian woman holding that sign. But let's expand it a little bit to bring forth the truth of what we're going to talk about. Imagine a white woman holding that sign. Imagine an African woman holding that sign. As a matter of fact, imagine a woman of any other race, culture, country holding that sign. You know why they're holding that sign up? Because they're not buying into the false narratives that the type of women on the left side of the picture keep pushing out decade after decade after decade. And as far as black men go, this is not a situation that black men started. Because black men throughout the 80s and 90s, and you can check the hip-hop archives, have been putting out all kinds of uplifting messages towards the black woman in spite of their hateful campaign towards black men. And yet, 2024, we still have this message being sent out by toxic black women. And just like we warned when feminism first reached out to black women, the type of women on the right are starting to reap the benefits. You got black male divestors and passport bros who are finding wives in more traditional women, living happier lives, and on top of that, prospering as though they were with a non-toxic black woman. Now, why is that? Plain and simple. The type of women on the right are taught to not hate men in general. They're taught that men are people to respect and not see as the enemy. This is why Passport Bro movement is such a success. Because what they're looking for is a wife. And there are plenty of other women in other cultures, in other nations, and even in other races who want to be wives of good men. And they're well aware that there are plenty, there is an overflow of good men among black men. And guess what? They'll hold that sign up with an even bigger smile than the one that the types of women on the left are wearing. See, the types of smiles with the women on the left, those are smiles that hide tears. Because not only do they not attract good black men, they really don't attract any man who would take them seriously. And the men who do take them seriously are very small in number. And while Passport Bros, make probably about 10% of black men, the success rate among that 10% is phenomenal. And so what a lot of brothers are seeing nowadays is that they have options. And the smile on the types of women that are on the left side of the picture are starting to turn into frowns real fast. And they're actually trying to bash black men back into accepting them. But here's the thing. If you were a black man who lived righteously and you had your choice between the type of woman on the left who you know hated you and the type of woman on the right who doesn't hate you and is open to loving you completely, as an intelligent black man, which one would you choose between the two? I'm pretty sure you'd hope for a non toxic black woman be on the right side of the picture. And if that's what you want, cool. But I would not blame you whatsoever, even as a black man who loves black women, if you were to look at another type of woman on the right versus the one who hates you on the left. Black Community Healing Squad 2024. Let's go.